Hello again, we continue with the second part of Drawn the Painted Tower. We managed to get through the broken stairs with the help of a magical tree and to light up the place, which is not really lit up, but we can still see something. We get more sketches that we're going to use. I have a flyer of the Clock Tower Princess tonight on Iris production. And here's what I have. It's actually the night and day circle, which we use the yellow chalk for it. We just entered a little too fast automatically from the game. What we see is that after we draw the sun here, yeah, that's already set for the day. We can see what is going on and we can see the clock tower. It's not really painted, but we can still enter it and place what we need here. So we can see that it's closed. It opens at 7:30, and what we can do is actually make the time 7:30 so that the new magician appears. Magical, mystical, incantational, and occasional inspirational items for sale or trade. Okay, now the clock isn't turning, so we need to fix the clock. And this guy just doesn't have the time to do anything. When we try to get something, he again doesn't allow us to do so. We should speak to the clock keeper. He might have the time. Oh no. The clock tower. And he's trying to fix it actually. Okay. And now we can take actually the cog. If we give him what he needs. Something old that is tame but wild, sentimental but forgotten. We have the teddy bear that we can give him, and he gives us the cogwheel. The same happens with the oil can. For which we give him the letter that we found earlier. And now we can fix. Actually, yeah, I got it. At the clock tower. We need some paints to complete the set, but it doesn't allow us to go upstairs. So I just go back, and this guy doesn't have anything to give us right now. And we go to the next magician. Prove your worth through a game. Get paints to fix the market stage. Okay, now what we need to do is to paint everything, but there must not be two colors touching each other, so purple and purple, it just doesn't cut it. And now if we see that this line here touches all three colors, which means that only yellow can be placed here. The next is that we need to put something above. It cannot be purple or pink, dark pink, light purple, I don't know, or yellow. So we can put dark blue or cyan. And just continue from here with colors that can be placed. Now we have three colors, we place the fourth one. But if we do it like that, we see that this part here touches all of the four colors, which means that this cannot be cyan color, it must be dark blue. This helps us because we have blue two times, and we can place cyan here, which gives us room for the purple. We continue with the only color that we can place further down. We have 3 colors, we place the 4th one, and from here we also have a few possibilities because we don't have a place with 3 colors. Oh, actually we do. There's purple, cyan and yellow, so we can only place the blue here, magenta, yellow, cyan and magenta again. And I guess something is wrong because the game doesn't complete. Why do we have 2 colors that are touching? Oh, that's strange. The puzzle looks like it's so... Oh! I'm blind. We need to yellow this one too. And now we got the magical paints. We can like climb up the tower. And no matter how nice it is, we just click here and everything is colored again. Now I can place the bell tower. Someone's face in the cloud. And there's nothing much to do right now. Fix the clock tower, we go back. We can talk to these guys again. We got the dragon costume here, but now we can climb up the tower now that it's fixed. We can open the windows and we can change the way the light goes. But we're going to use this later. For now we go back. Okay, this costume is even more amazing than I thought. In order to fashion the most terrifying magical dragon, I'll need the constellation from the night sky to take this job. And he tells us that we need the hourglass. And he can enchant it for us. What we need is the night sky, which we can get by turning the day into night with our drawings. The music changes, the scenery changes. Very nice. And we go up to the starry sky. I see that the star is moving way too fast, so with the enchanted hourglass we can just grab it in the right moment. We want to talk to this guy, but he's out for the night and I have to change the time again. Okay, now I have the seed. And we could place it here to plant it. And we use this puzzle to light the flower. But as the guy said it blooms only at night. The other thing that we can notice is the next step changed. So this part is over. We'll have to find a way to continue as flowers bloom. Yeah, welcome back in time. So we turn the day into night again. When we talk to this guy during the night, we get to another puzzle. This puzzle is a bit hard at start because you need to jump like that and get this in the center at the end, but what happens most of the time is that you don't really it doesn't show you in any way that actually you can use these brown pieces to jump over the others. And I get the slingshot. We needed to vandalize the place by breaking the windows so that there can be a little night light for the flower to bloom. Here we need to make the prince because it's missing, and we started by getting the wood pieces in place. Just like the previous part, because there are way too many pieces, they just fit into place and doesn't move, which it's way too easy actually. You can see where the place of the pieces are and you can just leave them there. They don't need to be fixed in place because it just makes things more easier than they should be. Now we need the chisel to remove the excess parts. We'll have to paint it. Just shows us what to do. And now with the little paintbrush we have to make the colors the same way as we see them in the background. So we start with the hair, the face, just in any way actually you like. And when you make a mistake, you just get the right color and make repaint it. Need the brown boots now, and what are we missing? The brown boots, the knee caps, the trousers. Oh yeah, the sleeves. What are they? A bit yellowish? No. It must be this color. Yep, it's done. And the next part is to give this guy some weapons. Then we turn the handle and we see what happens. Well, as you can find out, it just doesn't work with the umbrella to stop the knight. So we can give him shield. Oh, now we get to slay the dragon. But actually we died in the process, so we have to find something else. It is fun to see what happens with the different things that you have, like weapons and etc. But for now we'll just... Oh no, don't go out. We'll just continue forward. With show and shield and heart to make this work.
Curse is strong over the tower. It is angered by your success and tries to destroy you. You have proven yourself stronger than I could have ever hoped. Your next task will take you to Iris's Hall of Giants, where lightning strikes stone. The most difficult challenges await. You cannot turn back now. Iris's fate is in your hands.
Yeah, bro, we got it. Now we got to the next part. We have absolutely nothing in the inventory, which means we've done a great job. And everything we need we will find further on. The scenery is always nice, I love watching it. But it's not going to work right now because we have to complete the game. There's a script for the play from Iris, the Clock Tower Princess. For anybody that's interested in reading the story, if you cannot play the game. And at the top of this rope ladder, we have another puzzle that is actually quite annoying. What we need to do is connect the numbers like 2 and 2. We can place 5 next to 5 and we have 5 lit up. So when we get them next to one another, they all lit up, and we have to make the number in the middle, 15, 13 and 12. The crappy part about this puzzle is that it's quite possible to make one of them and then you cannot make the other two because just you've used the wrong solution. Like you can do 15 with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, but you can always also do it with 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, yeah. And you have to play for a while or just skip puzzle when you're tired of it to make it. or you can just check the solution that I'm providing at the moment if you don't plan to play the game. Hide number 1 and 2 and 4 and 3, and we need 5 here to make it 15. For the next we can make it with one, 4, 2 and 5, and it's up to the last part. Have 2 next to 2, 5 next to 5, and it opens. We have another message from Franklin. It's turned into stone. We have no idea when he managed to write the message and drop it. We got another color. We have red rock, yellow rock, and the giant star that fell, and we cannot continue because of it. But I have no idea why this is here. There are lights approaching the tower, and we wait for a dragon or something to emerge from these lights. But I just stay here and that's it. But what we can do is use the chisel to break the giant statue. And now I have a torchlight to light up the place and find this missing puzzle, missing tile. And the next puzzle is to turn these places and make the lightning bolt the way it's supposed to be. You can see outside of the tiles these little lines, so you know when you turn it if that's the correct place or not. And we'll have the next painting. We got the axe, which is great for killing innocent snails or cutting branches. So I got the stone snail and stone bird. We can see this, they belong here. But we also need the rabbit, which is hiding here. It looks like we can actually, yeah, we can use the stones here, but we need the blue color as well, which is right next to it. And we use the rocks to make some paint. We need all 6 colors. That can come from red, yellow and blue. And now we only need green. And if you're wondering what happens if you place all the colors in the bowl, the mixing bowl needs to be empty. It doesn't allow you to use the third color. So you just sip it. And now we have all the colors we need. We go back to this side here. We can paint the eye the same way we have it here, which is nice, but we cannot use red. There's nothing red. And when I have it, the rabbit's mouth opens. We get a sketch of a carrot, which is as good as any real carrot. And now we can open the stone door that we need to enter. We also have this apple. It's hard to spot, usually, but we'll need it later. Previously we got the sheet of symbols, and we need to rearrange them in a way that matches these symbols. We have a series of 4, 6, 6, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5. So the 4s are a lot, and it's easy to start with the 5s and 6s. How do you see that now we have the same symbols? And just have a drawing appearing. But another thing is that if you place it on the correct place, you get one of these symbols sliding up as well, and you know when it's the right one or not. It's easier if you can find some wording about what you need to place and where, not to watch it one by one. For example, these are squares, one square, P, you can say it's F, triangle, and O. So we have squares, one square, P, F, there's the P, F, a triangle and O, which are O and triangle. Okay, I messed it up. Okay, it's square, not a triangle. And this lit up. Okay, the next one with 6 is this one. It's like Q, F, D, F, 8 squares. So Q, F, D, F. Okay, these are the way they're supposed to be. And now we get only the 4s left. One is triangle, square, P squares. So we have P squares, one square and triangle. The next one is squares, 8, F triangle. So squares, F, F. Now squares, 8, F triangle. Where is it? There it is. And the last two, squares, QDP. So square, Q, D, P. And the last one is just one triangle and
There once was a land ruled by a benevolent family under the banner of a griffin. They helped their people thrive and created many beautiful things. One day, in a terrible storm, evil came under the banner of a dragon. The people watched their kingdom burn. The skies darkened and they closed their eyes. The youngest daughter was saved and given to a guardian with their trust. They fled the burning city, traveling far through many hardships, until they came to a tall tower by the sea. It was here, under the teachings of the guardian, that the girl learned to believe in her dreams. But the evil king heard rumors of her survival and sent his men to find her. They scoured the land, but found no trace, until one day she was discovered.
So finally we get to understand what really happened in this game, what is the story. We have the family, we have the enemy that's trying to take over the place, and the little girl with Franklin ran away. But that's it for now. I will continue with the next part in just a few minutes for those watching.